Okay. Um, so, tell me a bit about you've got diabetes, but you have a way of managing that, which is quite unique. Can you talk a bit about that? Your diabetes
Well,
and how
yes.
your journey with that from. Uh,
Well, in fact, I got late onset of type 2 diabetes, which was, um I think, diagnosed when I was about 55. And it was a life changing uh, diagnosis because it then made me introspect and think a little bit about this. I could either give up and say that's the end, or I'm going to beat this thing. So what I had established through the medical staff that looked after me was that you need to be very consistent. You've got to be very disciplined and stick to your diets and that are given to you, and more particularly keep your exercises going. And that's why I probably do an abnormal amount of exercise compared to others, but I'm still very mobile. I won't take you on a long distance run, but I can take you on in a nice long distance row. We went recently, and Nick, my son, and I, round Robben Island in a race, which we didn't come, but we didn't come first, but we didn't come last either. So it was great, and we enjoyed ourselves. Uh, as what is the general idea with rowing, to enjoy yourself and to live life. Because if you give up, you're going to give up too soon. But if you want, one of the most important things about this diet is that he will tell you you can't eat this and you can't eat that, you shouldn't be doing it this. And I've found that you've got to look for a balance in your food intake. Get your greens, vegetables, and your fruits, and so you don't have to consume a large amount of supplements. It all comes through naturally, and but you can eat virtually anything, but in moderation. Everything in moderation. Not too much meat, not too much starch, and certainly I keep well away from sugar. I don't take sugar at all. And this is the basis of getting this balance right. Um, 2 days ago, I had a fitness assessment, which I passed in flying colours. They put me down as being an 80-year-old, and I'm 85. So I'm winning.
Brilliant. Um, so you talk of balance and how important that is. So in your own life you've managed to find ways of using your diet to maintain the balance with your health. So for example, you got high blood pressure and that, but you use your diet to help you balance that. What's if you're talking to somebody about diet, what's your advice about about trying to find that balance in your diet?
Well, I think the major way I approach this is to look at food as with having your proteins, your starch, the general starches and the fats should be in a reasonable balance. So I listen to the dietitians in that regard. But I can have sugar every now and again. I have certain routines. I feel that if you deprive yourself of everything, it is not going to satisfy your body. You must have a little bit of, you must be a little bit naughty at times. Well, I get very naughty in the evenings, and after my dinner I have one small slab of chocolate, and that's my treat for the day. So it's little simple things like that. But as regards to designing foods and that, we design the food to try and meet what anyone is, the conditions that anyone suffers from, such as um, diabetes or gluten intolerance, and also there are some types of foods that satisfy a lot of people. You know, you get the vegan, and you get the sorry, I have to stop here.
That's okay.
It's the it's not diets, but it's
You got gluten free and vegan and
yeah,
or lactose intolerance, or I mean, you talk a bit about sort of of that, like in terms of this,
yeah.
the formulations that you've like to make, that some of the specialty formulations that you've made, that's based on on people's unique dietary requirements.
Yes.
So what's driven you to make those, and to what sort of inspires you or drives you to make these formulations that help or solve a solution for people's dietary requirements that are beyond what they can find on the shelves of most even health stores. You're making some formulations which are very unique.
Well, the key to that is to avoid over-processed foods and look for natural foods that can be taken on. And it's the thing that inspires me is the challenge of trying to achieve a balance for somebody and see somebody thrive on a food problem without it being a big hassle for them. It's simple. Just get together the kinds of foods that are necessary for your condition, and stick with it. Yeah.